My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to SpyParty's daily challenges. Shoot the spies before they finish their missions, or hold your shots because they might run out of time. Known for missions on TN. Okay, no statue involvement whatsoever. It is seduce, purloin, contact, bug. So it's all of the social ones as well as... all of the social ones? Yeah, all of the social ones as well as bug and purloin. And all four have to be completed as well, so I can keep an eye on obvious things. Very happy that I don't have to look at these statues at all. Guess this is still on there. There's also no transfer microfilm, I don't think. Let's try and keep an eye near that ambassador because it's probably one of the easiest to complete missions. Actually, even going to highlight you just due to your closeness to the ambassador at the time. I'm not really going to be able to get any information from seduction until I already have a suspicion of a target. You just pulled your hands up very quickly. Kind of looks like you might have just finished a bug. But unfortunately, due to the angle, I'm not really capable of seeing that. Also, I can't really go to an angle where I would be capable of seeing it. Guess this is still on the train. No contact has happened, so I know that obviously they're, pretty far from completion. Keep an eye on that guest list. General takes a drink. No, General refuses a drink. Hey. You're talking and you're talking. You weren't talking. I'm going to give you a little bit of a low light because I only gave you slight suspicion when I actually highlighted you. Not entirely certain if that was correct for Xavier. Yeah. Oh, God. It's almost impossible to see. These angles are awful. I can't tell. Okay, guest list is still on there. So far, it could have been a perfect. Guest list still on there. Never mind. You just picked up that briefcase while it was directly next to the ambassador. And then you walked away with it. You're dead. You spoke in the... Yeah. She was talking during the banana bread and picked up a briefcase and walked away from the ambassador. That doesn't happen. It just doesn't. I do want to see when the bug happened. Was it in the... Was it... Yeah, here. Around here, I think. Yeah, because of the angle. Like, I was specifically looking at that and talking at exactly that time about how, because of the angle, I couldn't really tell. All right, skip to next. I wish I could see my own replay rather than the replay of the people before me, just because I'd like to see when I highlighted targets and those kinds of things, I guess. Known for, again. Ooh. Bug, contact, seduce, swap. Okay, so unfortunately, because it's swap and it's high-rise, I have a lot of statues to memorize. But because it's known for, it's very important I do it so that I know when that mission's been completed. Okay, Fertility Hawk. Head Hawk Hawk. Hawk Hawk. Okay, so it's all Hawks. The furthest away from me can be things that aren't Hawks, though. It's probably the best information I can really get right now. Get my lowlights off as well. Inspections do nothing right now as well. Hang on. Guest list is still on there. I was actually about to start highlighting people. Give you a little bit of suspicion for the fact that you refused that drink.
Banana bread.
Oh. You're talking... I think you might have been the only person talking in that conversation at the time. Guess it's still on. So far, so good on those statues. No swaps at all. If you take that guest list, then that means someone else perfected the prompts. Nope. I'm worried because the blue coat lady there hasn't actually hasn't moved from that conversation in a while. But they do have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. They could be taken in a little bit easy. That's totally fair. That's still a guest list. Check on the statues. Everything is still fine. Blue coat lady has just left that conversation. Goes to a statue. You just picked up a... No, you didn't just pick up a drink. Never mind. Never mind. I was about to say that she just picked up a drink and then immediately got rid of it, ditched it in order to interact with the statue, but she had that drink for a while. Still a hawk. Well, okay. That was the swap. Oh no! I didn't think she'd done all of the missions, so she did leave the swap till last. The contacts, I didn't get information. I think she greened the contacts. Let's see. Left conversation with the double agent. Yeah, double agent contacted.
And the end of red.
No, she just immediately stopped talking after it. I should have actually been able to shoot off of that if I'd seen it. Oh well. Shame. 3 out of 8, 17 guests, 4 minutes and 45. This is way in favor of the spy. And every mission is available. Yeah, this is extremely in favor of the spy. So many people on the map. Very long period of time. Not that many missions to complete. And every single mission is available. Better put a fertility statue back down, friend. He did. I'm not seeing any obvious transferal of the microfilm, or at the very least, I haven't caught any. Where's that guest list at? Still on the tray. Good. Can I? No, can't rotate around the building or anything like that. Damn. God, there's so many people in this map is so obstructed. The maps where, like, the whole gimmick is that the terrain or some walls or, God forbid, trees obstruct you. I'm not super into them. Just really, really not at all. Okay, guest list is gone. Mark people with drinks. Wait, whose drink is that? You just got a drink. Who's holding the whiskey in the center? Oh, it was you and you just immediately put it away. Wait, no, it might have been Teddy. Who's in the other conversation? Damn it! They've only got 3 missions to complete and they've already completed 1. That looked like a study step to me. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on Teddy when he goes back into the main area. Teddy, where are you going? Over here to drink. I mean, it's a lovely spot, but relocating just to drink again is a little suspicious. I mean, it's all very suspicious so far. God, his pathing is so suspect. Fine, whatever. There's too many missions, or rather too few missions that he has to complete that at any point there, I basically had to take a shot rather than risk him finishing them, knowing that one of them had already been completed. 4 of 6. This one's actually in my favor. 12 guests, very few guests for a simplified high-rise. Oh, inspect is no longer a thing. It's only swap here. Good. Got it. It's also transfer, seduce, bug, contact, and purloin. Statues all still seem the same. Guest list still on the tray. What? Even still.
Banana bread.
Whoa, hang on. You were talking in conversation, and you were talking in conversation. You gonna take that? Yep, guest list gone. It's you. Was talking in conversation when the banana bread went off. Wasn't even talking to a double agent. I don't know why everyone's giving away all this information when they're doing the fake banana breads. I do not get it. Back to TN, I guess. 4 out of 8. This is the basic game mode though, so it's more balanced. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to memorize all of the statues here. It's just not happening. Actually, no, I will. It's fine. Although it might be too late. Hey, show me a guest list, bud. Good, guest list is still on there then. Inspect is a mission, so maybe I should get soft highlights on people who spend a long time at the statues. That felt like a decently long time. I say soft highlight because it's not just like I'm watching you for the rest of the game now. Like, it's almost impossible to see a bug go off on this map. Like, okay, you just took a drink. I need to see if that guest list is still there, bud. It is. Could barely clap eyes on it, though. Is it still there? Maybe it was a perfect. No, it's still there. Okay. Looks like our highlight has just moved over to the books, so I'm going to keep an eye out. You just went to the books and then took a drink, but you're not finished. Yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. If they go to an object to interact with it, they have only 1 sip left in their drink, as a rule. So if you're a spy and you do that, gulp your drink. Known for. Yeah, by the way, the known fors, those are in my favor. Like, if I'm going to point out when it's in the snipers, in the spy's favor, I should make it pretty clear when it's in the snipers. I've said the wrong one both times. When I point out that it's in the spy's favor, I should also make sure then later to point out when it's in the sniper's favor. So do you swap and contact and bug? Okay, so these are the kind of like old defaults. Oh, easy. It's the same pattern mirrored for the statues over there.
Banana bread.
Whoop. Okay. I mean, but you were out of conversation at the time. Toby, where that guest list at? Oh, it's still there. Good. Walking away when being offered a drink. Ooh, is that suspect? You also just went back to the same conversation. I suspect that's your seduction target. But you also haven't started talking when you got back to that conversation, which is what I would expect. In fact, you didn't talk at all, which means maybe it's not your seduction target. That was a body. So someone either swapped it before you, but the only person to previously interact with that was out of conversation when the banana bread happened, so they couldn't have been the spy perfecting it, so it had to be him. Alright. Let's escape the 5-3. 2 more wins. Here we go. Okay to start sniping. Yeah, this is the basics. So it's more balanced. Okay, it's head and then double or double head then. Again, it's just part of the fact that like I try and memorize the pattern rather than memorize the actual individual ones. Remembering them as chunks makes life a lot easier for me. Well, guest list is still on there. No one's done anything super suspect so far. At least nothing that I've caught. Let me keep this wide angle so that I can see green coat, blue coat, aquamarine coat lady over there. Possibly doing a transfer of the microfilm? Nope, nothing. Queen could have done it, but I wouldn't know. Should have gotten a better angle last time. You'd best put that head back down. I do have a little bit of suspicion on the Queen, and the ambassador just walked directly next to her. So you should keep a little bit of an eye out. No, didn't seem to change anything. The Queen just started talking and the banana bread went off. I feel like we have a fair few decent highlights off of that. God, your positioning in the conversation is... Oh, no, wait. Hang on. That is a conversational circle. I was just at a weird angle. It's fine. Is that book from the other briefcase? I think that might have been a transferal of the microfilm that I missed. But you're spending a long time reading that book. That might be you trying to convince me that you picked it up from there. You circled around that conversation, but you're not talking yet, so I don't know if that's a flirt. I'm pretty close to just shooting. Just because I suspect that many more missions have been completed. I mean, the swap hasn't gone off. There's been a contact. Guest list still hasn't even been purloined. Maybe I shouldn't be that threatened. The bug could have happened without me knowing, I guess. You just went from one bookcase to another, but you didn't take a book from the last one? So it could have been a transfer microfilm. You know what? I think I'm going to let it time out. If anyone runs to the ambassador and tries to bug or anything like that, maybe. Never mind. I had nothing on you. Nothing at all. Okay, so let's not escape the 5-3 score. Let's actually win this one. Seriously, please. It's not like I have a reputation to uphold, but I do want to get better. Oh my god, Toby! Stop being the hardest to snipe target in the entire map. Those are all different, and those are flanked. Easy. Memorizing that all of them are different is useful, because then when you look back and any two of them are the same, you know... Oh. You know something's happened. You catch a highlight. I don't know if Xavier was talking at the time. It's possible. You just walked a little weird around that ambassador and then started talking as soon as you entered the conversation, which to me says seduction, as I've said before, and will say again. That's your second time reading that book, my man.
And the end of red.
You're a definite low light now. Unfortunately, because they could have perfected either of banana breads or not perfected either of the banana breads, I can't really tell anything here. It's a fertility statue still. Hopefully it's silly when you put it back down. You entered a conversation and then someone left. Are you going to stay there? It's also the second statue you've just moved over to. I thought you were out of conversation when the banana bread went off, but I'm still going to mark you. Because I'm not certain. Guest list is still on the tray. Oh, wait. It's seduce, swap, contact, bug. Okay, so there is no guest list. At the very least, I can tell you no swap has happened. Or at least if it has, it's been perfected. Still a hawk when you put it down. Good to see. You moved across and checked out another one. Gosh, that's strange. Do it. Nope, no swap. Or at least if it was a swap, then it was perfected. If any NPC now beelines it straight to that statue in order to swap it for them, especially someone that I don't suspect yet, I'll just shoot. So you beelined it to a different statue, and then the queen went to that statue. Queen. Is that a swap? That a swap? Queen, hold it aloft. Queen. That was a swap. You die. Yep. And it was in mission counting down at the very end there. So what happens, thank you to Magician for telling me this, by the way. What happens when you perfect a swap is that another NPC somewhere in the next minute round is coded to go and try and interact with the same statue. And she did. And in doing so, she gave away that because I already knew she wasn't the spy. She was out of conversations and circles at the right times. Because I already knew that she wasn't the spy, I knew it couldn't be her, so the suspicion went backwards. Thankfully, I had eyes on this guy when he actually first interacted with it. There are no more games in the set. All right, let's view my revolts. So this one I did have. I just didn't think she'd completed all the missions yet. I should have taken the shot. I just should have taken the shot. Dang it. Is it weird that I started out this series and I was the trigger happy rappy, and now I'm letting people go? Just complete all of their missions. I've completely changed. I've done a full 360 and moonwalked away from my previous position. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been SpyParty. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There are playlists in the description down below with all my content of the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.